Hey guys, what's up? It's Oliver Shutterspeed here again with another video. And in this video, I wanted to compare the Sony a7C and the Sony a6000. And at the end of this video, I also wanted to give you my thoughts on the Sony a7C and is it actually worth to upgrade from the Sony a6000 to the a7C? So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure also to subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the bell so you always get notified when I upload a new video. So to begin this video, I've been using now the Sony a6000 for 1.5 years, and so far I'm actually pretty happy with my camera, and I've done like a couple of videos about the Sony a6000 and I've been comparing it to other Sony mirrorless cameras, and I have to say like the Sony a6000 is very competitive, and the Sony a7C, which is now on the market since last year, is actually something entirely different because it's like a compact camera in such a small body. It's like also full frame, so this is like something entirely new, and I'm like, yeah, why shouldn't I just get a full frame camera in a compact camera like the Sony a6000? And I feel like it's definitely worth to discuss in this video about is it worth it to upgrade. And I have to say to first of all talk about the specs. So both cameras, the Sony a6000 and the Sony a7C, both have 24 megapixels. The main difference is of course that the a6000 has an APS-C sensor and the a7C has a full-frame sensor. But really what the main difference are that the a7C has much more autofocus points and you have a way better ISO. You can go with the a7C up to 51,200. You also have a fully articulating screen on the a7C. So for example, when you're filming like now, you can also see yourself in the mirror. So I cannot do that currently with the a6000 unless I get something like where I can see myself like a mirror on top. And with the a7C, you also have like the latest batteries. For example, I struggle a lot with my Sony a6000 because my battery dies so quickly. So when I'm filming at the moment, like after 10 minutes, it's already half empty. So that's a very big struggle. And also with my a6000, I just feel like my overheating is just crazy sometimes. Like I feel 20 minutes and my camera is almost dying. So the a7C is definitely very good, like in comparison to the a6000 when it comes to like 4K. It also has weather sealing. You also have an audio jack in your a7C, so you can, for example, also record with a microphone like I'm doing right now externally, but you can do that on the a7C. So as you can see, the a7C has a lot of benefits in comparison to the a6000. But is it worth to spend like around 1,800 euros on the a7C? I mean, the a6000 is just like fourth of the price. You can get the a6000 like for 250 euros used, and even then it's still a very good camera. So I question a lot myself, should I really get the a7C? And honestly, my opinion, and now real talk, I feel the a7C is of course a great camera, but I just don't see the reason to upgrade. I mean, there's so many good specs and I believe Sony did a great job. I mean, you have a full frame camera now, and like it's so compact, you know, that's so good. Like it brings you out and you shoot, because the more light and more compact the camera is, you are more able to use it, like for example outdoor, you just take it with you. This is very good, and Sony also did a very creative step here. But I just feel like I would rather pay like 400 euros for the a6000 and then get a very good lens. I mean, I just feel like 2,000 euros is very expensive, like, and especially you could get like the a7 III like then as well, like, you know, the a7 III and the a7C are around the same price, so I would rather go for the a7 III because it just also feels a bit more professional, you know, it just looks different, and that's why I would rather go for the a7 III if I would upgrade. But currently I'm just sticking with my a6000 because I'm very happy with it. It's light and compact. I mean, there are some struggles with the overheating and with the battery, and I have so many struggles sometimes with, like, when I'm on a photo shoot, it rains, for example, I have to like put a plastic bag over it. And yeah, this is sometimes a struggle. Or also when I'm shooting and I load my pictures while I'm showing it to the model, that's also a huge struggle sometimes because it takes so long. But still, I think the a6000 is still a great camera and definitely worth the price. And I feel like sometimes the industry wants us to really always buy the latest camera equipment because you know, you have then embodied stabilization, you're then way better off, your photos get way better. But honestly, both have 24 megapixels, so basically they do the same pictures, like kind of, you know. So my message also at the end of this video is for you guys is that it's the person behind the camera, you know. You can be the best photographer with the best camera, but if you don't go out there and shoot, yeah, it doesn't make a difference. So my advice for you is, and if you're like looking for a camera, is that you start with the camera you have right now. And when you're a beginner out there, my tip for you is to go and start simple. Start with something which you can afford, because when I started photography, I started with my iPhone, and I don't regret that at all because I had no clue about cameras. And then I got like a very cheap camera, like the A6000, and then I went step by step, because photography is also a very expensive business. So just make sure you don't overspend yourself, because camera equipment is very expensive. And especially with the A7C, it's already a very expensive camera, and you just get the body like for 1,800. So you probably have to also get then another lens. And for example, with the A6000, you can get, for example, very good lenses for around 300 bucks. So make sure, guys, you always think ahead. Like, make sure first of all you make yourself a plan. What do you want to get, and what can you also afford? What is your budget? And then make a decision. So what is your opinion on the A7C? Would you get it, or do you actually use it at the moment? And if yes, what are your thoughts on it? So let me know in the comments down below. And again, so much thank you for watching. Take care of yourself and see you next time. Bye.